Hey guys, how's it going? BCHD here and welcome back to episode number 6 of the Chelsea FIFA 19 career mode series on the channel. We are back with a blockbuster match to start off the episode. We're taking on Spurs away at their brand new stadium. Not even built in real life yet, but it's in FIFA. I don't even know what it's called. I'm pretty sure it doesn't even have a name. But it's not just a battle for top spot. It's a battle for the top spot of the golden boot race as well, because Dele Alli is pretty much neck and neck with Alvaro Morata on 10 goals each. So let's see who's going to come out on top. Will it be Chelsea? Will it be Spurs? Will it be Dele Alli? Will it be Alvaro Morata? All will be revealed here live at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. As you can see there in FIFA, it's literally just called Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So I can't have a name for it. It has no name. As you can see the Premier League table there, Leicester are on our tails as well. So a big result here will push us further in this title race, but we have half an hour. It's a long episode ahead of us. We've got a big game ahead of us and a long episode ahead of us as well. Half an hour of your viewing pleasure for the Chelsea career mode. And we're looking to get things kicked off here against Tottenham. Hopefully you guys do enjoy the episode. And we have big games coming up. Not just this Spurs one. We got just big games in general coming up in this episode. Big results as well. One against Man City coming up too. So looking to get things underway here against Spurs. We start off this with Kante at the back here, giving the ball away to Lucas, the Brazilian winger on form for Spurs this season. Gets them off to the great start here, and it's a defensive error from Kante, and unfortunately we give the ball away to Lucas, one of the paciest men on the pitch, as Tottenham continue to attack us, trying to find the second, trying to get the lead here, and they get it through that man Dele Alli, and it's 11 goals for Dele Alli this season. He overtakes Alvaro Morata unless we can salvage something here in this game, but it's Spurs going 2-0 up within 20 minutes, and it's not looking good for us here at the new Spurs Stadium. They've made a little fortress out of it, and we haven't gotten off to the greatest of starts here as Hazard puts the ball through to Christian Pulisic, and the low drivens, man, they just aren't working this FIFA, unfortunately. But Christian Pulisic again causing Tottenham all sorts of havoc down this left hand side. Has fucking Alvaro Morata gives the ball off to Asensio. Unfortunately did not happen, and Asensio puts that left foot finesse shot wide as Spurs continue to attack. It's Harry Kane giving the ball off to Dele Alli, and right before half time it's gone over the added time. It's the 48th minute, and there was only supposed to be 2 minutes of added time. We concede a third, and Pulisic can't convert that one. We've let Dele Alli get 12 goals in the Premier League after scoring that double. Alvaro Morata can't convert the header. Nothing is going right for us at the moment, as Son nearly got the header off there. Kepa with a great save, and we continue to attack, trying to get a consolation goal here for all our efforts. Asensio puts it through to Kante. Kante cuts it back for Eden Hazard, and I know it was a bit of a sweaty goal, but we needed a goal, and we're 3-0 down here. After all those chances, we couldn't get a goal. Pulisic as well, missing a few, and Hazard getting us a consolation here at the new Spurs Stadium. But can we make a comeback? He slots that one past Hugo Lloris, and it was an easy finish in the end. If we missed that, we would have just known it wasn't our game. But Pulisic gets another one back after those 2 chances he missed. He finally converts, and we get a second goal back here, 3-2. It's an Eden Hazard assist, and Pulisic with the low driven. Hugo Lloris couldn't keep it out, and a lovely angle here to look at it. Hugo Lloris doesn't get a hand to it and slots it in the bottom left, and we're looking to get a comeback going on here, but unfortunately Alvaro Morata's header didn't go in. Heung-min Son is having a little feud with Skriniar down this left hand side. We can't get the ball away from Heung-min Son or the Tottenham attackers. Dele Alli gets the ball, gives it off to in the middle, and yeah, I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I just had enough, because just down that left-hand side. We tackle them, we can't get the ball, and then they just pass it through the middle and it's a goal. But we pass it on, and Jorginho can't get a shot off there, and it's just depleting. Knowing that Tottenham are right behind us and they've beaten us 4-2 at their brand new stadium. We couldn't get any points out of this game, and it's probably one of our first losses of the season that I've actually played. And we get our first loss there to Spurs. As some more training gets done, Abraham goes up to a 76, but the loss does hurt us a bit going into this Europa League match, which we're pretty much already qualified for. So it doesn't really matter. We can get to put our second team out and see how things go. But looking forward to some more Europa League knockout matches, and we will see our knockout opponent in this episode as we watch the draw happen. But we're versing Sirius in one of our last games of the Europa League, probably our second team out as well. Kepa's in goal. Not much really happening in our last game, but it's been a good Europa League run so far. Hopefully we can continue that into the next round as Giroud gets a 22nd minute goal there. Abraham doubles our lead with a 40th minute goal right before half time, and we finished it with Giroud getting a hat-trick, Abraham getting a goal, and Christensen keeping up our trend of getting a red card in the Europa League with 2 yellow cards and gets a red card. So beautiful result there against Sirius despite the Christensen red card, so he can't play the next match of the Europa League. But we're looking for some more matches in this episode as we got a big episode. I mean, this is probably the biggest episode I've done so far of this Chelsea career mode, or any career mode. In fact, 30 minutes of pure action going on here in the Chelsea career mode series as we have a game against Fulham here at home. I decided to sim it. I know it's a London derby, but we will be playing a London derby later on in the episode against Crystal Palace, so stick around for that. But not much really happening beside a Merchant yellow card in the first half as we make a few substitutions here. Rudiger Asensio come off, and Delete comes off the bench to get us a win here. 1-0 win against Fulham in the London derby. A very interesting matchup there, and a 1-0 win that is deserved because we did lose our first game. We smashed Sirius in the Europa League, and we kind of needed a win there to get the momentum come back, to get the momentum flowing. And we've got Hudson-Odoi, just 3 training sessions here with Hudson-Odoi, Abraham and Pulisic as well. So some more training to get done there as we head into our next match away at the Molineux Stadium against Wolverhampton Wanderers, recently promoted in the Premier League. So back-to-back games against recently promoted sides in the Premier League. Nabil Fekir gets a start in there as well. And we're coming out at the Molineux here. Wolverhampton are going strong in the Premier League in real life, but we're hoping to get all 3 points away and yeah, try get a win that we actually play, because we haven't got a win, a pretty good win against the Ultimate CPU yet, as Wolves are looking out on the attack here, causing a bit of danger for us as Impardu gets a start in there as well. We're playing a bit of a rotated lineup. Adama Traore is testing our goal, but Kepa is there to handle things, and they get a corner as Wolves whip the ball in. They nearly get a goal there. Azpilicueta clearing off the line. Thank God he did that, because otherwise it would have been a goal, and we do end up conceding a goal. I just can't be bothered with Ultimate CPU. I mean, they're just crazy. I mean, I still got to get used to it. I always record, then take a break, then come back to FIFA Ultimate CPU and just get completely obliterated within the first few games. And Nabil Fekir with an absolute piece of individual brilliance as Fekir gets a goal there. A lovely goal, very a scintillating goal to watch. As you can see here on the replay, once we get to it, the left foot outside the foot volley kind of shot, as you can see here, just swerves it past all the players, just past Rui Patricio. Here's the best angle, a lovely left foot half volley curve finesse, I don't even know, but the French midfielder Fekir, our big summer signing, coming up trumps there. One of our best goals we've scored all series, and that's his first goal in the Premier League as well. He hasn't really started that many Premier League games, more in the Europa League and FA Cup, but it's Wolves on the attack here again. They get a few good passing plays in here. Raul Jimenez comes into our box, gives it off to one of the Portuguese superstars for Wolves, João Moutinho. As you guys know, Wolves are well known for their Portuguese superstars, and João Moutinho is one of them, signing in the summer in real life. Gets a goal there for Wolves, putting them 2-1 up against us, and we are at absolute panic stations here, because we can't afford to lose any more games with Spurs and Leicester on our tail. We've already versed Spurs and lost. We're coming up against Leicester in the couple games time, so we can't afford to drop any more points as we already have, as Giroud gives the ball off to Fekir. Barkley trying to work the space. Abraham finds Hudson-Odoi, recently come on, and Hudson-Odoi gets the substitute goal. Our super sub, Callum Hudson-Odoi, on the right hand side, gets us a goal in the 73rd minute to equalise things here at the Molineux Stadium. And it's 2-2, the Chelsea youth on show. As you guys can see, Tammy Abraham, Hudson-Odoi, and Pardew. A lot of Chelsea youth are getting a chance under my reign as Chelsea boss, and Hudson-Odoi absolutely smashes that one home in the left-hand corner. And we are looking very strong here. Tammy Abraham in there, Kovacic, Giroud, all huddling for that team celebration. And Olivier Giroud gives it off to Loftus-Cheek, and he could have got the winner there. Unfortunately, he did score a hat-trick in real life in the Europa League, but couldn't convert there, and just goes wide. A lot of Chelsea youth getting a chance here, showing some decent signs for the future, but unfortunately, it's another draw. We get a 2-2 draw here away at Wolverhampton Wanderers, and it's pretty much 2 points dropped on our part, because we could have scored more, they could have scored more, but realistically, when we're doing a title race like this, we got to pick up as many points as we can, and we're back with the first team for our next game, and we got to get points somewhere here, and it doesn't look much easier, as Spurs are a game behind us with 33 points, so one more win from them, and they're equal on games with us and just 1 point behind us. So big match coming up here against Manchester City. This is going to be a big one against probably like one of the recent Premier League derbies that have happened. Like, it used to be like Man United, Chelsea for the title race, but now it's kind of turned to Chelsea, Man City as the big title race derby, if you want to call it that. I don't know, that's just my personal opinion, but this has been a big fixture in recent years is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, big game here at home, and last season I believe Manchester City won, a former player in De Bruyne scoring the first goal to win it for Manchester City. As we get the attack starting off here, as Kante has a shot at Ederson. Unfortunately, Ederson saves it. We can't get the 1-0 advantage. We're starting off strong in the first 10 minutes, but Kepa makes a lovely save to keep us in the game at 0-0. Sergio Aguero nearly getting a great goal there. Luckily, Kepa was ready to parry it away, and Manchester City do get a corner from that. And yeah, what a save from Kepa, as the first 10 minutes are proving to be action-packed, as Pulisic intercepts. Alvaro Morata is on the ball. He over the tops it through to Christian Pulisic. He's one-on-one with Ederson. What's he going to do? He slots it in the bottom left-hand corner with the low driven. What a way to start off this match against Manchester City. Pulisic does the job there. Out of the blue, literally, we just had one counter-attack and scored. Alvaro Morata assist. And Manchester City are rocked here at Stamford Bridge. The lovely driven shot from Pulisic has had such great form as of late. Ederson couldn't do much about that shot. Buried into the bottom left-hand corner. And Manchester City on the counter-attack here, literally straight off kickoff. Sergio Aguero gives the ball off to Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz again with a 1-2 with Sergio Aguero. And Brahim Diaz, the Spanish wonder kid for Manchester City, gets the equaliser here in the 14th minute for Manchester City, straight off kickoff. Poor defending from my part, just letting them come on to us like that, and Brahim Diaz takes advantage. Kepa couldn't keep it out, and unfortunately Man City get a goal back, and in the 20th minute they're back on the attack. He failing to get it clear. Brahim Diaz is on the attack again and does a lovely little finesse shot there right in front of the Man City away fans, getting the 2-1 up at Stamford Bridge after we took the lead. Man City with Brahim Diaz, their Spanish wonder kid, getting it back. They put faith in him and put him in the starting 11, and unfortunately it's come to a cost for us. He scored a double, he's got a brace at the Bridge, and now we have to come back into this game. Eden Hazard giving the ball off to Milinkovic-Savic. Morata putting the lovely ball into Asensio. Asensio is in the clear. He had a left foot finesse shot, but unfortunately goes wide, and we can't get an equaliser. In the 38th minute, Man City on the attack, still going. Eriksen, a new signed player they have on the attack. Kevin De Bruyne to Christian Eriksen, and 3-1 to Manchester City right before half-time. And we've let another lead slip. We're 1-0 up, now 3-1 down thanks to Christian Eriksen and Brahim Diaz, but late into the first half, we're still on the attack. Alvaro Morata with a chance on goal, and Ederson deals with it comfortably as Christian Pulisic down this left-hand side continues to run, and we've left the ball. I can't even. This new time finishing, I accidentally pressed double B, and yeah, it did not go well. Asensio with the missed time finish, and it just ended up, gone for a throw-in. But Milinkovic-Savic in the clear here, and puts a lovely shot away there through a finesse shot. We get a goal back, and can we make the comeback here? Alvaro Morata putting a ball through to Asensio. Asensio getting a lovely assist there, and what a finish it was from Milinkovic-Savic. And Man City on the attack here. Kun Aguero, Mahrez, De Bruyne, and Mahrez gets the goal to make it 4-2 at Stamford Bridge. And unfortunately, you just can't defend goals like that. I mean, ultimate CPU at times just outpasses you. Just a masterclass of passing there, just unstoppable. And Kepa actually got a foot to it, and unfortunately it went in the back of the net. You get a better angle of it here. Mahrez with the low driven shot. Kepa got his ankle to it, but it went in the top hand corner, and we couldn't get the win there. Unfortunately, it ends 4-2 to Manchester City. After we got that little comeback goal, we couldn't make it count, and that's our second loss of the episode already against two big teams. But we are moving on to our last Europa League match of the season against Stade Rennais. Can we finish off strong, and are we going to get our sixth yellow card in six red card in 6 games in the Europa League? As you guys know, we've gotten a red card in every single Europa League game, but Salazar gets a goal there for Stade Rennais, making it 1-0. We're playing away in France, away from home, and we simulate the rest, and Tammy Abraham gets a last-minute equaliser in the 88th minute. Giroud missed a penalty. We didn't get a red card in that game, which is a good sign, but we did end up drawing 1-1 with Stade Rennais. But now we are out of the Europa League group stages into the knockout rounds. This is our future fixtures list. I guess you can have a look and see. Those are the games we have before the January transfer window opens. And I think I'm going to simulate this one against Brighton. Of course, we're still on top of the Premier League after those 2 losses, just by 1 point. But Spurs have a game in hand, so very worrying. Spurs is right behind us, and we simulate this game against Brighton. We got pretty much our strongest lineup, so I was pretty confident in the boys after I rested them for that Europa League match. We go straight back into the Premier League. Can we get a big result here against Brighton away, considering we need points in the Premier League as Spurs are right behind us? But we get the 0-0 draw there. Unfortunately, couldn't score in that one. Our strongest team not doing us justice at the moment, and some more training going on with the youth there. But we continue on to the next Premier League game. As before we get into that, we've got a Europa League draw to watch. I'll show you guys it, but that was a little news article. But this is the Europa League round of 32 draw, the cool new feature in FIFA 19. As you can see, the guy reveals our name out of the pot, out of the ball, and it says Chelsea revealed right there. This is the results of the draw. It's Stade Rennais taking on Watford, but we get Chelsea, we are taking on Real Betis away from home in the first leg, and then we're taking them on in the second leg at home. So that'll be an interesting game. Real Betis are a very good team, but you can see there the rest of the draw. We got Leverkusen, Lazio in there, Arsenal, of course. So now it gets to some serious business in the Europa League, but we're focusing on the Premier League now. We have a big game coming up against third place Leicester, I believe. They're doing really, really well in the Premier League this season, well, in this simulation. But we are taking them on at home, and I had to play this. I'd usually simulate this because, you know, Leicester would usually be mid-table maybe, but they are seriously top 4 contenders, and for that reason, we just simply have to play them. And Leicester, with the best defense in the league, only 13 goals conceded. We have the best attack with 46, but the ultimate CPU will cause us a challenge. So let's see how we go against top 4 surprise packages Leicester. Will they repeat what they did in 2016 in this simulation? We'll have to find out, but this is our lineup going into it. Pretty much our strongest team. Jorginho and Kante return in the midfield. Morata and Hazard up top, and this is what Leicester have to offer. Pretty standard from Leicester. Iheanacho in there as well, but Milinkovic-Savic gives the ball off to Morata. Asensio gets a shot on, and Schmeichel saves with the feet. We are starting off strong here as Milinkovic-Savic is running the show. We give the ball off to Jorginho, and he can't get his first goal of his Chelsea career, and we continue on attacking Leicester as Asensio is down this right-hand flank, crosses the ball in the middle. Unfortunately, couldn't find the head of anyone in the middle. Kante receives the ball, gives it off to Eden Hazard. He has a shot outside the box, and it's the OP finish shot from Eden Hazard, getting us underway here against Leicester. We go 1-0 up in the 28th minute, and Eden Hazard with an absolutely sublime strike to put us into the lead, unlocking the Leicester defense. And we needed some individual brilliance to get us started in this game, because we were just attacking so much but coming to no avail. And Eden Hazard with a lovely strike, finesse shot outside the box through the Ibora's legs, I believe, and we go 1-0 up there. At the end of the first half, it's still 1-0 as Eden Hazard is trying to find the second, gives it off to Milinkovic-Savic, and it goes just wide of the post. As we start off this second half, going into a through ball into Alvaro Morata. What can he do in this position? It's Schmeichel with the save. As we go later into the second half, Pulisic is on this left hand side, giving it off to Milinkovic-Savic. He's been the main operator this game. As we give it off to Pulisic, he's going to cross it into Alvaro Morata, and finally gets a goal. He has had a bit of a goal drought in the past few games, and he gets a goal there to put him up to 11 goals in the Premier League. He hasn't scored for a while now, and he's not the top goal scorer anymore in the Premier League, but it was a pretty weird goal. I mean, a little chipped cross into Morata and a lovely looping header just over Schmeichel, and a goal for Morata to get his confidence up. I mean, he's been getting a few assists here and there, but hasn't really been performing in terms of goals wise lately. But he gets a goal there to put us 2-0 up in the 83rd minute. And yeah, we're looking home and dry here against Leicester, as Asensio is through here on goal in the right hand side, and it gets blocked for a corner. Getting a corner here. We usually do pretty well with corners. I mean, we got a few headers, but we gets whipped in, and it's Serge Milinkovic-Savic, our new summer signing, getting probably one of the goals of the season. Milinkovic-Savic straight off the corner with a lovely scintillating bicycle kick. I know it's FIFA 19 OP, but that's the first bicycle kick I've scored in FIFA 19, believe it or not. It's come through the Serbian Milinkovic-Savic. A lovely overhead kick there to beat the defenders and beat Schmeichel, putting us 3-0 up. A lovely, lovely bicycle kick off the corner. Was not expecting that from Milinkovic-Savic, but he's capped off a great game here at Stamford Bridge. 3-0 win, and I've got to have to say the man of the match there is Serge Milinkovic-Savic. He was the main conductor in all our attacks and capped a great performance off with a lovely overhead kick, probably one of the goals of the season. Some more training there with the youth prospects as we go into this game against Watford away from home. We're putting up a little bit of a rotated side. We're going to simulate this Boxing Day clash for us away at Vicarage Road. We are still on top of the Premier League with 41 points, only 3 points ahead of Spurs. So we've got to keep getting points out of these games as we're taking on Watford. We've got our rotated Europa League lineup: Abraham, Giroud, Fekir, Alonso, Kovacic, Barkley, Hudson-Odoi getting a start in there as well, and Pardew in there as well, as Abraham gets us off to a great start in the 29th minute, getting us 1-0 up. Hudson-Odoi getting a yellow card, what am I talking about, in the 17th, but nothing much really happening in the second half. A few substitutions here and there. De Ligt and Kante comes on, and it looks like we get the 1-0 win here against Watford away from home. So decent game to simulate. As you can see there, we are putting up our strongest lineup for a London derby. Crystal Palace taking on Chelsea. I decided to play this one away from home, considering we got 50 goals in the Premier League, one of the highest attacking teams in the Premier League, and we're taking on Crystal Palace here. If you guys remember my Crystal Palace career mode in FIFA 18, yeah, if you guys do remember, I did sign, what was his name? Carlos Soler, and he does play for Crystal Palace in this career mode. So the CPU AI have picked him up in this career mode. It's just interesting because, I don't know, Crystal Palace is such a good team, and it was a career mode that did really well last season for me on the channel. But we're going into this one with Chelsea. Hazard with a beautiful run down this right-hand side, cuts in, fools all the defenders, and it's Hazard getting us off to the 1-0 start, similar to the game against Leicester. A piece of individual brilliance from our Belgian up top gets us off to a cracking start here at Selhurst Park away from home, and it's 3 points we need. And is it 3 points we're going to get? We're going to have to find out, but Eden Hazard gets us started off on the right foot. A lovely touch to fool the defenders, cuts inside, two defenders absolutely shell-shocked, and Speroni can't keep that one out. A lovely left foot finesse. He scored a right foot finesse against Leicester, now a left foot one against Crystal Palace away from home, and a 1-0 advantage we take in. And Milinkovic-Savic gets a shot off here. Speroni with a lovely save as we cross the ball in. Asensio whips it through. Speroni with a save, but it's Milinkovic-Savic there to take the rebound. He's collected the scraps and got us 2-0 up at Selhurst Park. He's playing some really good games as of late. Milinkovic-Savic is probably one of the players of this episode, probably one of the players of the last few matches. Milinkovic-Savic just collecting the scraps there. Speroni with a lovely save against Skriniar, I believe the header was from. And Milinkovic-Savic getting his second goal of the episode, absolutely just smashes that one into the top right hand corner. We get another goal off a corner, but Crystal Palace on the attack here, and Kante, I just slid in for no apparent reason. And it's Kante getting a yellow card and conceding a penalty. And you guys have to wait and see who takes this one for Crystal Palace. But Sorloth was through here. I just panicked and hit the X button, and we conceded a penalty. Kepa, is he going to save it? It's Carlos Soler, the man I signed for Crystal Palace last FIFA career mode, if you guys remember. But Carlos Soler has his face in the game actually because of the La Liga scannings. But Crystal Palace get a goal back here in the 39th minute, and unfortunately Kepa couldn't keep that one out. He goes right to the left-hand side, I believe, and I don't think Kepa could have saved that, even if I did dive to the right side. But it's Sorloth on the right here, the striker, trying to get some action going on here as Joel Ward pushes and tackles our player. We couldn't get the ball clear. They come off the, oh my god, it's just typical FIFA 19 goal, and Crystal Palace get a goal back right before half-time. And unfortunately, we let another 2-0 lead slip. Just letting lead slip is the things we do. Just a bullshit FIFA 19 goal, unfortunately. But we're on the attack. Milinkovic-Savic gives the ball off to Asensio. He has a shot. He goes for the spectacular. And Asensio with our second bicycle kick of this game. What an absolute peach that was. Is that better than Milinkovic-Savic? Let me know in the comments down below. We had Milinkovic-Savic off the corner last episode, and now Marco Asensio ones up Milinkovic-Savic and gets our third goal in this game. What a goal that is. I mean, left foot sublime from Asensio, jumps up, and that is beautiful. A sight to behold. The bicycle kick from Marco Asensio, getting us a 3-2 lead here. And it's another great goal. And I had to pause it. I had to show you guys I'm not using sliders. This is 100% happening. FIFA 19 is Bicycle Kick Simulator 2019, because I had no sliders on, nothing, ultimate difficulty, and we're scoring bicycle kicks left, right, and center. But we're continuing continuing on the attack here, and it's 2 goals in 2 games for Alvaro Morata. He's back on scoring form, and he gets a goal here at Selhurst Park to make it 4-2 in the 78th minute. We get a goal here to sort of wrap things up, 4-2, and we are getting off to a great start here at Selhurst Park, just wrapping things up. A lovely finesse shot from Morata. It's pretty much finesse shots and bicycle kicks in FIFA 19, which we are scoring for this Chelsea career mode, and it's a great 3 points. Pretty much seals the 3 points for us. As you can see there, Fekir comes on in the latter stages of the game, but that's how we will end 4-2 to us after some individual brilliance from Marco Asensio just set the teams apart. And Milinkovic-Savic, Hazard, and Morata also getting on the score sheet, but we get the 3 points, which is most important. 44 points for us in the Premier League, which is a decent start. And we do some more training with Hudson-Odoi, Abraham, and Pulisic. But as you can see there, we're on 47 points now, and 42 Spurs are on. We are approaching the January transfer window. We have a game on New Year's Day, the 1st of January 2019 against Southampton at home, but that is the Premier League table. Man City right behind us with 42, as well as Spurs with 41, but we do have some transfer business to do in the January transfer window. Who should we sell? Who should we buy? Let me know down below in the comments. If you did enjoy the video, smack a like on the video. Subscribe for some more FIFA 19 career mode content. Follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description, and I'll catch you guys on the very next episode.